Yo, how's everyone doing on this fine Monday? Just started off the week green. And we plan to see how well this whole rest of the week ends. I need to change the input on my mic every time. For some reason it goes to 100%, which is weird. But it should sound fine now. But currently, I'm just basically putting in this for the indicators because someone did ask me saying they wanted me to include my chart settings along with the indicators. So I was like, all right, cool, I can do that. And they told me there's an easier way to do this without having for you guys to manually take screenshots or manually change the colors of everything. So yeah, I got introduced to this method and I'm just gonna do this right now. The link already, by the way, if you guys want access to my training view settings, they're in the WAP. So if you got the indicators, just go in your WAP and you'll find the access to the trading view settings within there. It's just a direct link. Let me know if it works or not. But all you do is click on that link and then you can basically just click copy and you'll get basically everything done for you. And then currently I'm just putting on the tools so people can create their own templates based off of these tools. So that's what we're really going to be doing today. Going to be training Aegis session a little bit. It's going to be around 8. We got some gold is not moving at all right now. It's just completely dead. Yeah, every single candle is just hella tiny. It's completely dead. Did a lot of work on the indicators today. So kind of missed the earlier days or earlier session times for New York session, but that's okay. But this is how gold was 2 days ago. The trades, just trading continuations. I messed up going long, but then I flipped my bias back short. And then now we're down here on gold. This is today on New York session. The first loss is of a dumb loss, I'm not gonna lie. I knew it was low probability and I kind of messed up the entry too, so that's on me. But everything else is completely valid. But yeah, for those that just joined, confused what we're doing right now, all I'm doing is just putting in the settings for the indicators. Because someone said they wanted to copy my TradingView settings and they told me this is the easiest method. So if you bought the indicators, you will already have access to this link. Just go inside the WAP and you'll find the link there. It should be simple. It should just called TradingView settings. And all you gotta do is just click on it. Click on it, hit copy, and you should be able to get all my tools here. All my TradingView settings exactly without having to do much work. In the group today, we didn't have a lot of people trade today. So surprised. So not too many people traded today. All the mentorship students ended green, and then everyone else, I got no clue. It is a Monday. It is a Monday. Again, if you guys want access to the TradingView settings, I should post the link. Hold on. I'll post the link in chat here for y'all. For those that do want my TradingView settings. Just for you guys on a stream, because I'm feeling nice today. Okay. Alright, click that link and you'll be able to basically, you should be able to just copy and paste my TradingView colors. People that bought the indicators, you should have this link already in your WAP. So if you want to trade exactly like me in terms of visually, you can just copy and paste these settings here. This is literally all I'm doing today until 8 o'clock because the volume's dead. Candles are extremely tiny. Again, hopefully you guys did take my advice this weekend though. Remember, there's no point in live trading unless you do backtesting. There's a lot of things that, a lot of myths in the trading industry. Time doesn't equate to profitability, so screen time really does not. It's a diminishing return curve. There's only so much screen time you can have. My opinion also on discretion in trading has changed a lot. I truly, at this point, the more experience I'm getting, I'm reaching to a point where I realize discretion is not real. Technically, anything that people can call discretionary trading can be put into something mechanical. If you can't define something that you think is discretion and convert that into something mechanical, then I truly believe that you're just a fraud. And when I say fraud, I just mean it's just gambling. So honestly, discretion just means gambling. Again, if you guys just want to get my TradingView settings, I had the link in the chat. Just click on it, and then I believe you just hit copy, and that's what someone else told me, and it should work. So you're welcome. I'm just putting in all the other drawing tools as well on the screen as well. For the TradingView template. But let me know how it goes for you guys. It should work. So someone test it out, hit copy once you open the link, and let me know if you're able to just paste it onto your own chart. And then for those that bought the indicators, I have this link saved in the WAP. If you ever want to go back and find them, just click through the WAP. You should be able to find it under ETU Elite Indicator section. and just hit the link. This may seem like a lot, but honestly, it's really not. Half of this is internal versus external. It's like the main really difference. All right, so there's everything there. Just hit copy. You should be able to get access to all this. I don't know the fill strategy. I got no clue who that is. I'm gonna be honest. It sounds like a bot. So I don't know, man. I got no clues. What are some other things you guys think are just straight up lies in trading history? I already named a few. I just think discretion, if you can't define discretion, your discretion, aka discretion, in some sort of mechanical way to other people to understand, I do think it's basically gambling and guessing. Because discretion, if you can't define what your discretion is mechanically on the chart, just say you don't know what's going on the chart. Just say you don't know how to trade, or just say you don't know what this is. Just say this is basically you're just guessing. Discretion to me is just kind of like trading off emotions. So I do believe what I teach is actually 100% mechanical. Because taking like a lower probability setup versus high probability setup, I can mechanically define the difference between low probability and high probability in my trading strategy. So if I can define that, then that means that what I thought was discretion is actually not discretion anymore. Yeah, I don't know who that is, man. Also, for those that want, the indicators are on sale lifetime for $4.99. This is a last call. There's like 5 more hours before the price goes back to the original price. So you can get lifetime access for the lowest possible price right now. And I believe I should have all this done here. Let's see, what else are you guys missing? Inducement, right? I don't think you'll be able to find these without the link I sent you guys for the trading view, I believe. So I'm going to just have this on the chart here. This is your long position tool. It already has the default colors and everything for y'all. This is a short position tool. We got the trend liquidity. The 50%, you really don't need this. This is just, yeah, you guys can figure that out. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I'll just include the tool because why not? But it's pretty basic. But again, if you guys want to just copy my trading view settings, these are the trading view settings. This is for people that bought the indicators, but you guys on the stream, you guys can just check it out. It's not like it's much anyway. But again, if you're interested in indicators, today is basically the last day to get them at the current price. I don't think this tool I have anything here. Yeah, it's just external versus internal. There's nothing there. Brush. I don't think I have any settings for this. Nope. I do not. Okay. Usually I use a brush just to teach all stuff. Okay. I think that's basically it. There should be no settings here. Yeah, these settings are pretty useless. Oh, I add the risk reward stuff too on screen. So here's the risk reward stuff. And again, if you guys just hit the link and just hit copy, you should be able to just get all this right here. I'm not gonna do it all until 7. You guys get the main point. I'm gonna rename the stream here. Again, this stream, all I'm doing is basically you guys can just copy my TradingView settings, alright? Just click the link right there. I'll pin it there. Also, if you want to join Discord, the link is also in the chat. But just click on that and you'll be able to get access to my TradingView settings. Just hit copy and you'll be able to literally get everything here onto your chart automatically. It should be just automated as soon as you hit copy. Okay, I'm not gonna put the plus reward stuff because you guys can just do that yourself. Just change the numbers and save that. Let's see, what else do we have here that I use? So I just have 2 labels. I'll do these sometimes. This is mainly when I was journaling my trades. I'd use these labels very often, rating my own setups and tracking the win rate difference between my A and B setups. So this is what you can use. And then well, I'm messaging someone on Discord real quick. Yeah, it should be this. And I'll just also post a link to everybody else in the Discord as well. Any of you guys trading 80 session today? What's going with that? What's going on with that? And if anyone of you guys say copy, let me know if it works. All right, because I can't tell on my end, but it should be good. Well, let's see. I don't think I'm missing anything, guys. Here, let me know if there's anything else you guys want to see in the trading view settings. These are literally everything I use. It may seem like a lot, but it really is not. There it is. Boom, boom, boom. That should be it, I believe. Let's see. You guys have any other requests of stuff you want me to show? Let me know. But yeah, these are just my trading view settings, man. Again, the easiest way to copying them, if you want to use them, just literally click on the link. Apparently it works. That's what I've been told and recommended. So just click on the link, and you'll be able to get the access to all this. I should probably reorganize this though. Oh yeah, but I should also include the POIs. So we'll include the buy to sell, sell to buy. Consolidation box. There's a flip. It's origin. This is gonna save you guys so much time when it comes to copying my trading view settings. And then if you guys do you guys want the time frames on here? I'm gonna be honest, a lot of time frame stuff I just use my indicator that auto marks all this stuff. Or majority of all this stuff you see on the screen here. So you rarely see me marking stuff manually. I don't have the indicators enabled right now on my chart because I'm sharing this with you guys on here for free. But like for example, usually the indicator will just mark them up if I just enable this. You can see it marks out the kill zone, marks out new POIs for me. It basically does everything for me at this point in the stage. There's nothing much really missing left at this point. I've done basically all the coding I need for the indicators. We recently added a new functionality for the kill zone indicator, which is pretty cool. What it does is basically hides the session that you're currently in. So if you're currently in New York session, you can enable this and it will hide the current session. And then you can see, you don't see the background anymore or the border or the name. This helps you focus basically without like a background, because that was kind of something that I kind of found annoying. And then once you go out of New York session again, it shows everything else because you're going to be using a New York session high and New York session low. So it's very cool. Didn't take too long, but had to figure out the smartest way to build that. Again, discretion is gambling, my personal opinion nowadays. I think actually any type of discretion should be mechanical, or can be converted to something mechanical. If it can't be, it's more likely to be guessing than actual discretion. I think true actual discretion is just mechanical. It's something mechanical. Sometimes it's maybe harder to notice or tell, but I do think it definitely can be mechanical. Okay, I think this should be it here. Yep. All right. Yeah, that should be it for the train resettings. All right, guys, click the link. You'll get them for free. For people on the stream here. Hit the link, hit copy, and you should be able to easily just access them. Oh, I just noticed some of the stuff is duplicated. Hold on. Yeah, I got the breaker duplicated. I think I went to put something else here. Just the IFUG. The time frame stuff you guys can honestly put yourself. Ah, screw it. I'll just put them on here. I'm not gonna put the seconds because I rarely use those. But we'll put daily. Got the 1 hour, 30-minute. We got the 4 hour. The 15-minute. Got the 5-minute. And that should be it. Yep, that should be it. Let's see. How'd you guys trade today, by the way? Everyone here and green? I hope you guys did. The price action was a low rough. I noticed earlier in the day, but it's not like it was not tradable. This is still very tradable price action. All you have to do is just follow the trend. Too many people try to time every single high time frame reversal, and if you're looking to the left too much, you're going to get fried. So I'd recommend you guys don't do that. Are you new to live streaming trades? Not really. Well, I started about like 2 months ago. If you just click on my YouTube, go under the live tab, and you'll be able to see. I think my first stream here was 2 months ago, I believe. So I guess you say it's somewhat new to live trading on YouTube, but yeah, if you have feedback, let me know. There's another person who streams live streams, and he set up a short stream and a YouTube streaming. What do you mean by short stream? Again, you guys want access, or if you just want to copy my TradingView settings, just click the link that's pinned. Just hit that and hit copy, and it'll copy literally all the settings, like my chart colors and all that. If it doesn't work, let me know, but it should work. You can do short streaming? I've never, can you send me can you DM me a link on Discord? It might, I don't know if the links work in YouTube chat. It might actually work on stream chat, I'm not sure. I've never heard of short streaming. I'm gonna be honest. Never heard of that. TV settings work for me by copying from the link you shared. Okay, cool, nice. Yeah, just let me know. That's good to know then. Because originally I was gonna make it so that I take screenshots of each color in here, but someone else told me this is too much effort. The best method is just have everything put on here and just send you guys the links. So yeah, it seems like that's working very well right now then. But if there's anything else you guys want that's missing from my settings, let me know. But this should be basically it. These are all the tools I use. The colors, you can just copy and paste all this and save it to your own TradingView as a template. I believe I included everything. There's not much else here in terms of settings, to be honest. Someone's asking me about settings for the indicator. But yeah, for those that got the indicators, Thomas, I appreciate the advice, man. Yeah, I'll look at the tutorial about short streaming. That's interesting, man. I'll check it out next time, or try it out next time. For sure. For those that also, someone did ask me a question about my indicator package and stuff. For the indicators, like if you got a lifetime for the current sale we have going on to the end of today, The default set, use the default settings. So whatever the indicators come with, those are the settings I use. Okay, so don't change the settings unless you know what you're doing or you read tooltips and like know what you're looking for. Otherwise, keep the settings I have on there. You're just dropping by. All right, cool, man. Yeah, for sure, bro. What the heck? I don't know how this happens. Sometimes this happens. It's weird. Anyway. Yeah. All right. Cool. It seems like the train view settings work. So there's time zone setting. Yeah, I've made a time zone setting for you guys that are in different time zones, by the way, for the indicator. So if you're in someone else in the US or a different country, change it. Otherwise, you'd have to convert this manually yourself. Let's see, is there anything else? No, I think we're good. This is everything else. All right, for the other half of the stream, we're gonna do something for the other half of the stream, y'all. That's not this. Let's do some ratings. Oh yeah, I think if I delete this right now, it's probably delete on the cloud. So I should probably keep this up. Let me see. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna keep it up so it doesn't get deleted. Alright, yeah, it's good. Let's see. Yeah, sharing's on. It should be good. Alright, now let's switch tabs here real quick, y'all. Actually, we could do in training view. Screw it. Wait, let me look this up. I'm gonna open something up, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm very curious on y'all's opinion on this. So, as you may know, for those that don't know, I'm not really connected to the trading space much in terms of like other trading influencers. I know a lot of other influencers you guys probably know, they're probably buddies and buddies with each other, but I'm personally not. I'm kind of like isolated, and obviously I honestly prefer keeping it isolated like this. I don't really want to be affiliated with any of these other people. But let's do some ratings today. I want to see what you guys think of each person, and we'll put them on a rating scale. What's the website, y'all, that we can rate people again? Or not rate people, rank people. Like that's the tier list website. Tier maker, found it. All right, what are some common influencers that are pretty popular that you guys want me to put on this tier list thing? We're gonna make this on stream. I wish they had a default tier list for trading influencers. I don't think they have one. No, they don't. Nope. There's gotta be. There's no way they don't have a default one. If you guys are confused what I'm talking about, I'm just talking about tier list ranking website. We're gonna put that on stream right now just for fun. I kind of want to chill today. I did a lot of productive work earlier in the day. With the indicator stuff, I had to push a few updates. And pushing the updates to the all-in-one indicator was a bit annoying, but I do generally believe all the indicators at this point should be just complete. There's nothing really much left to them. Let's do a hot take first, y'all. I've changed my opinion on this. I want to see what you guys think, okay? Do you guys believe discretion is real in trading? My view on this actually has changed. The longer I've been trading, the more I'm starting to realize. Yeah, I'm going to hear what you guys think first, and then I'm going to voice my opinion on discretion in trading. When I say real, I mean profitable. Like, do you guys think discretion actually affects how profitable you are? Like, obviously discretion is real, but does it really affect your results? There's some people that claim they trade mainly discretionary. I think that's just complete BS. Whenever I hear someone that says they trade very discretionary, to me it just sounds like they're just guessing. It sounds more like you think the market's gonna go somewhere without any objective way of identifying that, and that's the same as basically a gambler or you trading based on your gut feeling. So to me, discretion now is really just basic gut feeling. I don't think that's real. Because the longer I've been trading, the longer I've realized my AKA discretion is actually mechanical. Like, for example, what I deem as a high quality setup versus low quality setup, I can now categorize that based on mechanical things on a chart that are objective, right? It's not like guesswork. So if you can categorize your discretion, it's not discretion anymore. There's different ways you can categorize your discretion. For example, rating a setup A plus setup, you could say if it meets 80% or more of your confluences that are mechanical in a chart, that's not really discretion. I'm gonna be honest. That's just mechanical. Now, certain things, just because something's mechanical, that doesn't mean it's easy to code. So coding and being mechanical from a human perspective, those are still two different things, right? Discretion versus human understanding being mechanical is one thing, and then converting from what humans deem as mechanical versus what code or programming languages deem as mechanical, that's another story. It's hard to program structure. That's why the structure indicator is probably gonna be taking quite a bit to get that like actually like pretty accurate. It's really hard. Even the built-in training view pivot points don't work like too well, to be honest. I've tried them and they're not great. That's why I've not added too much to the structure indicator until like I get it pretty accurate. Otherwise, you're better off using just identifying structure mechanically by yourself. Damn, there's no trading guru tier list. I have so many YouTube video ideas for y'all, like long form content. I've just been really lazy, to be honest, to make them, because I find streaming a lot more fun. I'm gonna be real. So yeah. Damn, I can't believe whoever first started streaming. Guess Rice Gum, low key. I don't know, but whoever's first made streaming popular, obviously, props to them. Okay, we're gonna make our own tier list, guru list. Trading gurus. Oh. Who made this? Wait, did I make this? Wait, I think I was the one that made this. Wait a minute. Oh, hold on, guys. Before I put this on screen, there's ads everywhere on my screen. Oh my gosh. The ad blocker doesn't even work. Okay, that is kind of annoying. Yeah. I don't know if I want to do this ranking system with ads on my screen. It's not fun. Great. We're gonna do this in training view. Wait, live voting poll? This is something just for fun. The vault today's Monday. Yeah, no, that shouldn't be a problem. Volatility is pretty bad for trading right now. Usually gold, even before like Killzone 8 o'clock, we get like solid volatility, but it's really bad right now. It's really weird. Okay. Probably wait until we get a lot of volatility to trade. Okay. I should probably not do this on the chart where you guys copy the settings, so let's do it here. All right, here's a chill list, fellas. Oh, it's just a way. I don't think I have enough people on the stream, so I honestly make this like a poll kind of thing. Let's vote for people first. All right, what are you guys thinking? Number 1. Bring sent back. Why is it glitched like this? Man, sometimes trading view All right. What are we ranking, fellas? Actually, let's go with someone. Let's go with someone more easier to start off. Let's go with. What are some other trading influencers? Oh, all right. Let's start off with the most. I need to find a good picture so that everyone knows who this is. Let's start with the most like obvious guru. It's a bad picture. All right, you guys know who this is? This is your boy Q Banks. I know a lot of these people, not personally, but I just know a lot about them because I used to be in y'all's shoes when I was unprofitable and watching a lot of these people. And once you test out their strategies and such and what they teach, you realize majority of them don't work. Majority of strategies online, either they don't work or they're break even. And you know what happens is if you have a break even strategy, you can't have an inverse that strategy to make it profitable. Both sides are going to be break even, and that is bad. You don't want a break even strategy because if your strategy is break even, what's the point of spending your time to actively trade? It doesn't make any sense. Even if you make a little bit percent a month, that's not worth trading because if you can invest passively in the market and make 10% annual returns, which is about like 1% per month. So unless you're making, honestly, even to make it worth, you probably make a lot more percent than 1% per month to make it worth your time, because otherwise, unless you have massive capital, you're not gonna be able to live off like 2% a month. We're putting this guy in D tier. I don't know what's wrong with the picture, but we're putting him in D tier. Okay, next up we got the humble trader. She's a pretty common one. The thing is, a lot of these people, they might make like free content, and so people might like rate them higher. But the thing is, free content doesn't matter if the free content doesn't work, or if it's not useful. Like, what's the point of free content? I'm honestly gonna put her with D tier as well. I thought there's a E tier. I think it's the lowest is D. Oh my gosh, this one's a big influencer. I don't know why we got this picture. It's a low-key weird picture, but image is too big. Alright, Swaggy C, he's gonna be in D tier for all the scamming he's been doing. I know a good amount about the trading industry. I know a good amount. It's just because I used to be like you guys watching these people. So I used to like pay attention to all these guys. I'm not going to put anyone on this list that I don't really like or rate them really heavily that I don't know about. But Swaggy C, basically, his prop firm secured a bag failed. For those that were there back then, if you know, you know. A lot of people started filing complaints because he wasn't paying out. And it just wasn't a good situation. And basically, he later ended up selling a course for $47 one time. That's when you know, like, you desperately need money. I'm not saying he doesn't have money. He definitely has millions, but it's not from trading. And number two, it just means he needs to maintain his lifestyle. In order to do so, he needs to sell them for cheaper and for higher quantity. So, because think about it, the majority of people that knew him, that used to buy for his high ticket program, that used to be really expensive or whatever. Not, I wouldn't say super expensive, but probably, under $1,000, but still a few hundred. The people that got scammed there, they're not gonna come back and buy something if he sells it for 100-ish plus again, right? That's why he sold it for $47. So if you don't know, I probably actually might know more about you guys, right? But yeah, security bag, or so I can see his prop firm failed. He had issues also with his financial department within his prop firm, with the other person he was co-working with in security bag, because he was basically the face of security bag, but there's someone else behind it as well that was working with him, and they had internal conflict. So that and selling courses that don't work, and also he sold a program where it was, I think it's called 365. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's called 365. And he was supposed to be like live trading, or like supposed to be active at least, but he like disappeared for like 3 months. It did not communicate at all. Like, if you're gonna disappear, at least give a reason, or like tell people you're gonna disappear, right? Don't just randomly disappear, especially after people just paid you. So yeah, that's why I'm putting him at D tier. He's just not legit. I'd say ICT is an influencer. He's basically the biggest influencer, like, because of how controversial he was. I don't think I have much to say about ICT. I'm gonna be honest. Everyone knows he doesn't like trade. He got caught photoshopping his MetaTrader. For some reason, he put a minus sign instead of like no sign. And people would also analyze his Twitter ideas. We'll put ICT somewhere. We'll rate ICT right now. How come his logo's gone? Oh, never mind. I found him. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna put ICT as low as these other people. Let me tell you why. So what ICT did good, despite him obviously not being a real trader, I'd say there's one thing he did good, which is teach stuff that can work. These other people teach stuff that basically don't work. But there's some people that had success trading ICT stuff. So I'm going to put him in C. I'm going to put him in... he's between B or C tier for me. Like, everyone knows he doesn't trade for real. He even said, actually, most of his money comes from selling his course. But at least he's now made everything free, right? So people that are new to trading, everyone that's learning from ICT, you're learning for free. But that doesn't discredit or cover up that back then he used to sell stuff when he was unprofitable. But nonetheless, it's now free content. So because of that, and because of some people finding success with this stuff, I'm going to put him in B tier. It's definitely a lot more, the stuff he teaches is definitely a lot more legit than the stuff these people teach down here. But B tier doesn't mean they're a legit trader. Tori trades, I'm going to put her honestly in D tier as well. Okay. Yeah, he does a lot of rants, and the rants are useless. It's it's some people use it for motivation. I honestly think do what works for you, but personally, motivation is very temporary. It's better to spend that time bad testing and like learning technicals than just motivation. Motivation is not gonna fix your psychology. Motivation is not gonna make you a better trader. It'll push you, but that's all it can really do. So I'm gonna put him in D tier. What are some other influencers that you guys know that you want me to put on here? These are my opinions, by the way, but some of the stuff I'm saying are facts. Like Swag C, his platform failing, that's a factual thing. Him disbanding his students as soon as after they paid him for like 3 months, that's also a factual thing. You can fact check as well on that. Again, just because these guys are in D tier does not mean they don't have money. A lot of these training gurus they make bank, okay, off teaching. So I'm not saying they're not rich. They are rich. So again, I'm not saying their lifestyle is fake either. It's 99% likely a real lifestyle, but it's just not from like what you're trying to make your lifestyle out to be from. Which then at that point it's basically faking it till you make it, and it's not real. Oh my gosh, dude, guys, I have a really good one here. I got a really good one here. Whew. All right. We got your boy Mamba FX. I'm gonna put him not with the people below. I'll tell you guys why. I remember back then I used to pay for his signals. They were like one of his signal services was like 50 a month, the other one was like 150 from what I can remember. He was doing signals for gold and NASDAQ. There's a huge problem with his signals, which is he sends them way too late. So he would say TP1 hit and everyone just entered the trade. So there's some like falsification going on there for fabrication with his signal results. But based on my testing and such, it was kind of like near break even. So he's not like an unprofitable trader, but his signals are basically break even from when I was trading them. And so again, if your trading is break even, there's no point in trading, right? You don't have alpha. If you guys don't know what alpha is, alpha just means making results that beat the market in returns. So if you can't do that, it's useless. Okay. So I'm gonna put him in C tier. There's also a video from a YouTuber, I think his name is Kimmel Trading. He did do a video where he copied Mamba FX's signals and he actually came out green. I think it was 4 weeks of signals, or was it 1 week? I can't remember. Somewhere around that. But the fact that he was able to come out green, and he supposedly was trying to expose him, which is the funny part. That says something. All right, Kimmel. I'm gonna put this guy. He has a lot of stuff that he says is like he has a lot of pretty solid free stuff, but it's more so about like prop firms and not as much trading. But he's again is one of those really, really big influencers in the space. I'm putting him in C tier. I'll move him later in a bit, depending on who else we're competing with here. Do you guys think long form content is dead? Like, be honest. Do you guys think like streaming nowadays, like what most people would watch? I've actually heard of SMB Capital. I've seen some of their stuff. The thing is, they're really hard to break down, like if they're legit or not. Because SMB Capital is an actual like place located in New York. Like they have an actual official like physical setup. Whether their firm is profitable or not, I don't know if they have data on that. It's honestly really hard though to say. Because I've heard some stuff about the stuff they learn or the stuff that SMB Capital teaches in their online mentorship program, not people that go in person. There's a lot of bad reviews. So and yeah, just look at the reviews on SMB Capital Online, guys. You'll find basically it's not good from the people at least that learning from what they teach. So personally, it's really hard to say. It's really, really hard to say. Because if their firm is profitable, but what they teach, a lot of people don't like. I don't know what to say, but I recommend you definitely do your research, though. Look through reviews. Reviews are probably like the number one indicator that you guys can use to determine if someone's legit or not. But I personally think look at the negative reviews, because majority of times, for example, positive reviews can be botted, right? Anyone can fake positive reviews, but who's gonna fake negative reviews? So I'd say honestly, whenever I look, or back then when I used to look for influencers, I'd go off negative reviews first. I generally believe negative reviews have a much bigger weight, or more weight to them than the ton of positive reviews, because they're likely from real people. So again, I'd recommend you definitely check the reviews before negative reviews before you try to really honestly join anyone's program. Also, if you guys are not in the free Discord, you're new here, you should subscribe. But join the free Discord. I'll send a link right now in the chat. All right, we're almost at 1,000 members. We're about like 197 to be specific away. I'm doing a 1.5k value giveaway at 1,000 Discord members. So join up. I watch a quite bit of long form content, particularly while doing cardio at the gym. That makes sense. Yeah, it's a good use of time, because multitasking of two things that aren't related to each other, it works good. Physical and mental multitasking. But yeah, most of the reviews I see that are negative, a lot of it is just like they're selling you a sales pitch. Yeah, it just doesn't seem. The only thing that makes me stop from wanting to really rating SMB Capital is they have a they have a physical location. They have actual people trading for their firm. And I was thinking, if they have people trading for their firm, they have to be making money, right? Otherwise, what's gonna pay for the space? What's gonna pay for? I guess you could say mentorships pay for all that, but like, I don't know, just because they have a physical space, unlike all these influencers, even including me, they have like a actual company in New York. I can't really rate them. I'll put them on my chart, but really difficult for me to honestly make any opinion on SMB Capital. But I do think I'm leaning towards more suspicious though for them, just because I've seen some of their stuff. and a lot of it is well, they're basically trading the most retail stuff you can learn. Not saying it doesn't work, but there's nothing special or unique about how they trade. I think the way I trade and view the market is a lot more unique and special compared to most other trading systems. But I'm gonna leave them on the side here. Hard to say. They have offices in Miami too. Damn. Yeah, hard to say, man. I don't know. I probably. It's just a little weird to me that they're selling a course if they have a whole firm. A firm is not easy to. It's not easy to manage because there's a lot of money that goes into starting a firm, especially if you have a physical location like them. You need a ton of money. So either I guess the courses fuel that money that they can put into that, or I mean, they should just be making money off of the trading to pay for that. Unless they're not making enough. I don't know. It's pretty complicated. We're gonna skip off on them for now. It's hard to say. This guy here though, oh my gosh, bro. You guys know who this is? This is the most obvious D tier. I was thinking about honestly doing this tier list ranking as a long form content video, but I got lazy. I said screw it, we'll do it right now. I'm putting him in D tier. No trades. Why? From my personal experience. So back then when I was on Profitable, I was actually joining a lot of groups, right? Paying for signals. Signals was very common. I did a few courses, but mostly of it was signals. And this guy just sucks, okay? He would enter, and then as soon as he enters, you already hear him saying take profit, and you're still like red. It's kind of like Amamba FX, but he's on live voice call, and somehow he's taking profit in green while everyone else, a lot of people are red. A lot of cherry picking too, so I'm putting him in D tier, okay? Just his trading style just does not have an edge in the market. He trades breakouts, for those that are wondering, by the way. Like level breakouts, I've found no edge in trading those, so I'm put him in D tier. Again, I'm speaking on him based on my personal experience when I used to pay him $200 a month with signals in his Discord chat. There's actually, technically, since I don't have an NDA on me about this guy, I can say whatever I want. So he also had an intern that I don't know what happened internally, but his intern, I forgot his name. It was the white dude with like a kind of like an slight afro haircut, but nonetheless I reached out to him because I noticed he got kicked out from Noah's like trading team. So I asked him why. He said he just felt like it wasn't morally right for him to stay in the trading group, knowing that they're not. Basically, he was trying to infer that the group was not profitable, and he didn't really want to be part of it anymore morally. So after my personal experience and hearing that from an intern that later worked as part of his Discord team, we're putting him in D tier. Let's see what other gurus are there that are pretty popular. What's so funny right now is how ICT is on top of all these people. I'd say the main reason probably is because he made all his stuff free now. He's not charging for such anymore. He's already charged, I know, back then, but at least for people that are new to trading, you can learn a lot for free. A lot more for free, at least, than from any of these people down here. Oh, Patrick. Yeah, Patrick Wheeling is also a big one. I forgot. So Patrick, I wish I have a picture of his stats because I saw it from his other stream. He has an edge in the market. I'm gonna put him in. I'm gonna put him in B tier. I'm gonna tell you guys why. So, why did I move him higher than all these people? Well, it's because he's actually ranked on the prop firm list. I think it was Tradeify or something. He's actually like ranked on the leaderboard. Now, granted, he's an influencer. And at the end of the day, business is money, all about money, and so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these people that are getting massive payouts have connections where they can fake results with the prop firm, because the prop firm really controls everything. So they can fake his account, fake his results. So there's a lot of that shady stuff going on in the background that could be possible, but let's give him the benefit of the doubt of that was not true, and he did trade his way up. The problem is he spent around 75% of the money he made in payouts on challenges and fees. So yes, he is net positive return on investment on prop firms, but not by a lot, not by anywhere close to what you think. Like, take his payouts and basically times that by 25%. That's basically what he's taking away net. Not you guys kind of get my point here. Saying basically, he spent a lot of the amount of money he's made back into the fees. So is he net positive? Yes. Does he have an edge in the market? Yes, he does. I remember looking at his stream. It was like he shows different stats depending on the time period. I believe when I checked, it was like a 64% win rate at a negative risk reward, which actually does work, surprising or not. But it's not a big edge. It's a very tiny edge, and a very tiny edge makes sense as to why he spent 75% of his net total back into the firms, like activation fees, combine fees. So I'm gonna put him next to ICT and B tier. Again, actually, yeah, we'll change the order like this. I'll put him up there, like there. What I do like about him though is that he isn't afraid to, call out BS when he sees it. So I'd say in terms of transparency, he's a lot more transparent than most of these traders on the list here. But I think he actually is probably the biggest prop firm influencer, as a matter of fact. He's massive on Twitter. I know his YouTube channel is like, I think 500K or something. But he's definitely one of the big prop firm partners for sure. I know he recently partnered with Funding Ticks, which is Funding Pips futures prop firm, which I used to trade for Funding Pips when I was trading Forex. And if you guys trade Forex and want to go with Funding Pips, feel free to, because I can personally vouch for them because I've gotten payouts from Funding Pips. So feel free to trade with Funding Pips if you trade Forex. Otherwise, if you trade futures, I guess at this point, since you have Funding Ticks now, which is futures, that's probably better. Just look at the pricing of stuff. So we'll put him in B tier. Oh, there's so many. Oh my gosh, dude. I genuinely believe there's more unprofitable trading influencers than like traders, like normal traders. I'm genuinely starting to believe that. I'm not even joking. This guy is like D tier, like this is like D minus, bro. Again, a lot of these people at the bottom here, I used to believe in 100% when I started trading a few years ago. I used to thought they were 100% legit living this lifestyle or whatever. Until later on, as I became profitable myself, through trial and error and experience, slowly I started realizing these guys are actually not legit. There's some things that even influencers say that can be like I'm not going to say it's a 100% red flag, but it's a pretty instant like red flag. If someone says something like they trade 100% discretionary, or mainly discretionary, that's a red flag to me. You don't hear, okay, professional trading, you never ever will hear Jane Street, these big quant firms. Well, quant firms don't even trade discretion anyway. They're all 100% mechanical. Hedge funds, let's say hedge funds or institutions, you will never hear them trade mostly discretionary. That just does not make sense. It's very hard to know if you're profitable or not if you're trading mostly discretionary. Hence why I also don't trade discretionary either. It's just not how it works financially, right? How can you know what you're trading actually works? That's why I tell you guys, once you finish a course, you should go back test. Don't just sit there and start live trading. Go and actually do some back testing first. Yeah, gold it's looking really bad today. So I'm probably going to end the stream in a bit and just chill. You see the ranges are very small. Like even how I trade mechanically, I define small ranges. I tell you guys in the course. It's like, look, it's like 10 candles. Usually a range is like 30 to 60 candles. If we have a 5-minute, 1-minute candle range, this is not tradable for me on the 1 minute. Unless I'm on the 5 seconds, I can trade this. But on the 1 minute, this is extreme difficult to trade. Because the range is so tiny. Again, if you guys are new here, make sure to join the free Discord. And I have the pin. What I have pinned there is just my TradingView chart settings. If you want to copy those, it has basically my color settings. It should automate to your TradingView, and also the tools I have. I just copy and pasted everything I use in there. All right, so far 50-50. Half of you guys believe trading discretion trading is real. The other half of you guys think it's not real. It's pretty interesting turnout, to be honest. I just personally think the longer I've been trading, the more I realize a lot of the things I used to deem discretionary in my trading system have become mechanical, because I've actually looked into how I can define it using the numbering system, like counting candles, or some other system that's using the candles themselves to convert something that's what I thought was discretionary into something that's actually was supposed to be that is mechanical, basically. Okay, let's see who else. There probably is not much for you guys to hear about Ricky Gutierrez. You guys should know he's obviously a fake trader. Dude trades EMA lines. EMAs are break even over a long run. I already tested them. You know how I tested them? I programmed an EMA crossover strategy in TradingView. That's the easiest way. That's why I tell you guys to back test strategies too before you go live. Don't waste your time and money trading something that doesn't work. If I tell you majority strategies don't work, you're gonna lose money trading majority strategies. How about you go back test and then trade the strategy? You will have a lot more confidence, a lot of psychology issues, and you'll come out green. That's why I also ran my own back test on Ricky Gutierrez EMA crossover, and it was unprofitable. This was like years ago, right, when I was unprofitable. And ChatGPT was trash, but it still did what I was looking for. And the EMA crossover system is break even. It's like a 1.01 profit factor over the long run. After commissions, it might actually be red. So yeah, don't listen to this guy. I don't know if he still uploads. I don't keep up to date with him, but I'll be surprised if he still uploads. But I guess that's his income, so he can't really stop that, can he? Stay away from this guy, okay? He's probably one of the worst on this list. Now that I'm realizing, dude, I probably know more influencers than most of you guys in the chat, because I've been in this space for quite a while. Not just as an influencer myself, because I'm not really a big channel, but more so as just a trader going through all this content online and filtering it out. Filtering out what's good and what's garbage. I think what I deem good is content, whether paid or free, that you learn, that you apply to your charts, and you found that it was profitable. That's good content. That's good knowledge. If it doesn't have an edge, who cares if it's free? Ricky Gutierrez has tons of free videos. Nora has tons of free videos. Tori has tons of free videos. If it doesn't have an edge, what's the point? It's just wasting brain capacity. You're basically wasting your brain capacity on learning stuff that doesn't work. Who is this guy? I don't think I've ever seen this guy. Nope, never seen that dude ever. Oh my gosh, dude. This is crazy. I thought of so many more people. Okay, here we go. What do you guys think of Jay Dunn? I want to hear y'all's opinion first. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen the exposed videos on him already, but here we go. Oh, we got Lambo, Green Bull, Team Bull, Lambo, Jay Dunn. I don't understand, how do these traders host like in-person events, bro? How could you host an in-person event knowing you don't trade for real? Like, everyone else in your Discord is getting scammed. How are these people in the Discord still deciding to fly out and spend their time going to your silly in-person event? Someone explained this to me. I'm so confused. That takes a lot of balls. Knowing you're a fake trader and that people have exposed you online and you still do an in-person event with your Discord members, pretty nuts. Must mean the Discord members, no offense, are too gullible. Oh, there's another Lambo dude. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm helping you guys save money here, by the way, because I'm telling you guys this not just from facts. Like Swaggy sees 2 companies failing. You have to rely on a $47 course to continue selling to new traders and taking advantage of them, because that's facts. It's not even an opinion, but also my personal experience. I have personal experience with Mamba FX signals. I have personal experience with Nord Trade's Discord and signal group. And then I was in Jay Dunn. I think he was doing a free trial or something back in the day. He was still getting popular. He doesn't even join like most of the live calls. So you're literally getting scammed. Guys, here's the next person. Oh, I don't have to. There's so many of these people I want to expose so badly, but I just know my channel is too small. So a lot of people are probably still going to get tricked into a lot of these gurus, but this guy's fake. Lambo Raul. Okay, again, like I said, when I was new into trading my first year or first few months, I thought everyone here was legit. But nope. Ended up, after years and years of trading myself, realized 99% of them are actually fake. You can tell if someone's fake by certain claims they make. It's not results claims necessarily, it's more so claims about if they're saying they're menu train discretionary, or they're saying it's something they can't teach to other people. That's a really big red flag. To me, the screen time is real, but you don't need 5 years of screen time to become profitable. We have backtesting software nowadays for a reason. So you can backtest 5 years without actually spending 5 years yourself trading. So yes, again, be careful in this guy. Lambo, he's fake. Number 2, the second reason why he's fake is because he sold his sisters. So his sister's also in the trading space, kind of ish. She's more like just an influencer, but she had a Trinity EA bot, and this EA bot lost people a ton of money. It did not work, okay? And Lambo was basically promoting it on the side. Anytime you guys see, the easiest way to tell if someone's legit if they sell a trading robot, they're a scam. No, you don't even need to think about it. They're scamming you. No one's ever going to sell you something that passively works over a long run, that beats the market. There's a difference between selling a working strategy versus a working robot. Because with a working manual strategy, like what I teach you guys in the course, and all the course members know that my strategy works, is you guys have all done backtesting, the ones that have completed the course. You can see the results are objectively green. There's an edge in my strategy. But there's a huge difference between selling a manual strategy that works versus an algo that works. A manual strategy that works, that still requires your discipline, screen time, and effort into your trading, right? Versus something that's 100% passive. These are 2 different things people are selling. 2 different products. One is 100% passive, too good to be true, that you shouldn't even be selling to other people anyway. If it worked, you'd be using it yourself. Versus another thing, which is something that still requires the other person on the other end to put in effort. I teach you guys my profitable trading strategy that's proven and guaranteed to be profitable. But that does not mean you just become profitable day 1, or you become profitable after 1 day, or you start making millions the next day after you complete the course. It's not how it works. You're still the one that's putting on these trades, still mainly waiting for these setups and waiting patiently for these trades to occur, and also mainly finding when the best conditions are to trade as well. Which to me, honestly, my strategy doesn't conditions matter not too much. The system's pretty robust to survive bad conditions as well, but that's just a common general statement. So remember, you're still putting in effort. Like what I sell to you guys, you're still putting in effort. You would still be putting in effort to mainly trade the system. It's not like a free giveaway thing where you can just live off of a algo robot forever, right? You guys are still putting in the work to learn the stuff. You guys are still putting in the work to put on these trades. You guys are still learning to be disciplined, taking my strategy. I'm not giving you guys money for free. It's the same. Also, it's also the same view for me as well. From my perspective, I have a profitable strategy, but that doesn't mean I make money easy. I still have to sit here every day and wait for my setups. I still have to manually click buy or sell. It's not the same, anywhere close to the same as I just sleep and I just have a money printer next to me. Despite the fact though, there's a few times where I just set and forget trades and just let it run. So there's a few times where I do that. Like, I think it was this day. I just halfway through this trade, I went to sleep because traders already go my direction. I already have my trade managed well here, and everything looked clear to me. So there's a few times where on gold and A session, I will just set and forget. But that doesn't mean I didn't put in work and time before that to get to that point. And I also have to wait for that setup myself too manually. You can't just like be on vacation and just wait for a setup. Well, you can, but you're not gonna have good focus. So I'm still putting in work to make my money. Trading is not, I'm not printing money out of thin air per se by putting in no effort. I'm still putting in effort and time to make money. Versus an algorithm, you're not putting any time and effort in and you're making money. That's too good to be true. If that was true, you wouldn't be selling it. But yeah, you're right. If you had a legit automated biochem, so if you had a legit automated trading bot, you wouldn't need to sell it. Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't need to because it's passive money. It's not like you're working hard for it. Like, for example, right now, I'm still working hard to make my day trading profits. Okay, I don't want to say working hard because that undermines majority of jobs or people with jobs. I'm not saying it's harder than that. What I'm saying is I still have to put in effort, just like all of you guys. I'm not an exception, right? If I don't put in effort, if I don't be disciplined, I'm gonna lose money. Versus a bot, you don't need to worry about any of that. Apparently it just prints money for you. So again, anytime someone's selling you guys a bot, just know a mini red flag. You can just go look for someone else. We have a good amount of votes here on the discretion poll here. ASFX, I've never heard of them. Unless I see their logo, I might be able to hear them. But I don't think I've heard of ASFX. Oh, this guy. Wait. I've seen this guy, but I've never looked into his stuff. He looks familiar. I'm going to be honest. Yeah, I can't really say much about him, ASFX, because I don't know him too much. Don't know this guy well. Let me see. Okay, he has a. Let's do a drive-by review of this guy right now. Actually, probably not the right word, but honestly, ASFX. Okay, so a few things when you're looking for an influencer. If they have a lot of affiliate links, there's nothing wrong with that. All it means is really it's just more income, right? Who doesn't want to make more income? If you guys don't know, the average millionaire, I believe it's 7 sources of income. Let me double fact check that. I think I heard it was 7 from somewhere. Yeah, from Yahoo Finance, the average millionaire has 7 streams of income. Okay, 7. So there's nothing wrong with having traders having affiliate links. I even have affiliate links, but I think we have 2 or 3. But the point is, affiliate links aren't like a red flag. You have to look a lot more deeper when it comes to determining someone's legit or not. But again, I don't know this guy too much to honestly make that opinion. I'm gonna subscribe just to see what he's up to, but yeah, I don't know too much about him. I'm not a Jay Dunn fan. Yeah, a lot of people like me used to get tricked into this guru, man. He's not legit. He's not legit. Let's see, who else is pretty popular? I had someone in mind that's gonna put on this list, but I forgot who it was. Lost my train of thought. Oh. Aristotle Investments. This is another guy here. This is a dude that did like the collab with Lil Baby. I'm gonna put this guy somewhere here around D tier. I think he also runs like a sports betting group. But you can see, you just go through his reviews. I think I had like a free trial back then on his group because I remember seeing his YouTube channel back in the day. But you can just go through reviews, and the negative reviews say it all, man. Never look at the positive reviews, guys. So when you're looking for a trader to learn from, never ever look at the positive reviews first. Always look at the negatives. Then go from the negatives and go up the review ladder. And you'll get like a much better view of like overall consensus of how legit someone is as a trader. Again, no one's ever gonna make fake negative reviews about themselves. That's why the negative reviews, in my personal opinion, they hold a lot heavier impact. Again, no one's gonna be perfect, right? No one's gonna have 0 negative reviews. Even though currently I have 0 negative reviews, but I know at some point there probably will be 1 or 2 bad apples, and it is what it is. People have it also. Oh, another thing is for bad reviews, it depends a lot heavily on what the reviews are saying. So focus on what they're saying in a review. If you find a lot of reviews that have a very common or similar reason or review, that's a pretty easy red flag, in someone. If a lot of people are saying the same thing, it's an easy red flag. If only 1 or 2 people are making a complaint and it's 2 whole different complaints, that could just be the person, okay? Just a person, not necessarily the trader. Oh, man. I got 2 spicy ones coming up for you guys, man. Ooh, these are spicy. Okay. Oh, we got Carmine. This guy's tricky. And the reason why I say tricky was I had a lot of belief in him in the beginning until he got on the Words of Wisdom podcast, which is full of scammers. So that podcast itself honestly threw me off. of this guy Carmine, because majority of the podcasts they invite a lot of scammers. Like I believe they invited even Jay Dunn on there, and they actually took down the podcast, I believe, because of all the lashback they had. I'm gonna put Carmine in B tier. There's two things I don't like about him though, or one thing. One thing I do like about him is he shows his broker statements. The thing I don't like about him is he seems too discretionary in his trading, and I feel like it's very hard for someone else to replicate, even if you have a lot of screen time. If you watch his older supply and demand videos, like I did back in the day when I was still in profitable, I was still trying to learn, a lot of the points and price points he marks out exactly with zones. None of his zones that he's marking is fully mechanical. There's a ton of discretion on the exact price point he marks it at, and a lot of people also, if you look at his videos on how he teaches you to mark them, you'll see he changes the way he marks them in a lot of different trade recaps, and that does make it very suspicious, right? Trading your system should be something repeatable, not something that changes for every single possible situation. If every single thing changed the way you mark your charts and trades, it's a little suspicious, because it might seem like you are basically cherry picking examples on a chart. Anyone can cherry pick examples on a chart. But nonetheless, I'll put him at B tier because he showed his broker statements. Oh gosh. We have this next guy here. This next guy here, you guys are going to hate me for this. You guys are not going to like me for this rating here. Well, you guys know I like to speak the truth and help you guys save money, so I don't really mind if people hate or whatever, but we're gonna rate one of the traders in a space that's been in the space for an extremely long time. Umar Ashraf. Okay, guys. Oh. I have a lot of bad opinions on him. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people have really good views on him, but I have some bad ones. Let me find a source before I say something. If I can find it. So this guy here, Umar, if you guys don't know who he is, he's the founder of TradeZella. There's nothing wrong with him selling TradeZella, by the way. Meaning, just because he owns TradeZella or a trading journal company, that does not affect the way I view his legitimacy in his trading. That's completely okay. I don't have anything against people that do affiliate links, that have like other businesses, trading businesses, selling courses, mentorships, just except for selling a bot, because that's obviously a red flag. But everything else, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't see anything pretty wrong with it, because again, the average millionaire has 7 sources of income, and it's a lot easier for someone to make sources of income in their specific niche they're already knowledgeable in, like trading, for example. Like for example, if I started a journaling software or a backtesting software, which maybe in the future I'll start, but for now I got some other things I'm focused on. But until then, at some point maybe in the future. But it makes sense to open other trading related businesses and companies. That's completely okay. That's not the problem. The thing is, this guy used to have a trading group, and I can't find it anymore. If you guys remember or know what I'm talking about, let me know. He used to run a trading group. It was like a course kind of thing, and it actually had like an in-person headquarter, but essentially the reviews were like very bad. From his trading group, like very bad. Is it called the Trade Club? Oh my. I don't know how, but he might have taken it down off Google somehow. Trading. Because it used to be on here on Google. Damn, I don't see anymore. Interesting. Well, if any of you guys back then, you used to know about him back like, I mean, like 5+ years ago, when he used to run his really old trading group, let me know, but I can't find it anymore. We're gonna put him, honestly, I'm gonna put him with B tier. I think I probably misspoke earlier about like my bad opinions on him. It's not that he's like bad. It's more so he's not S tier as most people think. I'm putting him in B tier. Oh, one more huge thing. I'm putting him in B tier because he says one thing that I 100% do not believe in. And I don't know why he would say this. He said he stopped trading. Or he's put a pause on his trading because of stress. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. That does not sound like someone that trades full time. And he says a lot of stuff like de-risking too. Again, there's de-risking at a static rate, but then there's also de-risking where you only take like 1 or 2 trades a month for the rest of your career. Unless, I guess, if he wants to spend that time in his business, that could be the reason why he said that. But from when he said that, if definitely hit me a little bit weird. And when I saw he said he stopped trading, basically, and he only took like 3 to 4 trades this month. You know, he's an intraday trader. To me personally, someone that's training full time, you're gonna have to trade almost every single day. I don't mean have. I'm not saying forced setups. I mean you're going to be looking for trades almost every single day. But again, I guess he does have a lot of money from whatever he used to sell in his trade zealous, so that could be why he stopped. But that did hit me a little bit weird when he said that. Yeah, it was called. Yeah. It was called Stock Market Lab. Right? I think it was. This looks like it. I forgot where I saw the reviews though. I wonder why the thing is, why did he stop that? Maybe you guys know why he stopped Stock Market Lab? Yeah, 6 years ago. Yeah, this is him. It's him and his brother. I forgot his brother's name, but his brother's in there too. Yeah, what happened? Why did he stop that? Why are people buying this stuff? I'm looking at the reviews right now. I guess they weren't as bad as I saw back then. I must have mistaken it for something else. So ignore what I said earlier, but why are people still buying this stuff like 1 or 2 years recently? After he doesn't even promote this anymore. That's weird. Yeah, it's pretty invalid complaints. Anyway. Vincent Desiano. That's the break and retest dude, right? I see his blue color everywhere. I see him everywhere on my YouTube. Or my feed. I'd say honestly, if you bad test a strategy on YouTube and it works and has an edge, it's pretty legit. He's really popular. But there are people complaining that live trading wasn't really live trading. I noticed also another thing. A lot of the people that write good reviews for just any traders in general, any trading group, a lot of them are beginners. So it's a lot easier for beginners to write like a 5-star review because they don't know anything about trading. So even if they learn like the most basic stuff, even though they may not realize it doesn't have an edge at the time of writing the review, they're still going to give you like good stars because they learned something, right? But as you get later in your journey, as you learn a lot of stuff, knowledge, you already know what works and what doesn't work. It's a lot harder for you to write a good review. Honestly, I don't know too much about this guy. I've seen him on one of the podcasts and his YouTube and WAP, but I don't know enough about him to rate him. We'll put him on the side. If you guys have personal experience with these guys, let me know. Also, I sent out a form to Discord as well because I wanted to see if you guys have any personal experience with any of these trading influencers, and then we can use y'all's personal experience into maybe like a video at some point in the future. It'd be a lot more legit way to do things instead of just talking based on my personal experience. We did Carmine. Hey, what's up, Crash? How you doing? Interesting tier list. Yeah, it's almost as interesting as the poll results right now. 64%, 36. I don't think there's anyone that honestly that I could ever put S tier. I'm also not gonna put myself on here either, because that just seems hella egotistical. So I'm not gonna put myself on here, but I just think you probably can't put anyone really on S tier unless you know this person in person. If it's someone you know in person that trades, you can put them S tier because you know them. It's a lot easier to build credibility. But since we're living on the age of the internet, anything can be faked. So I don't think anyone's going to be an S tier. A tier is probably the highest we're going to go with here. But at least the people you see, guys, in D tier, these are 100% frauds. If I was a betting man, I'd bet 10K on each of these guys down here in D tier that they're not legit, meaning over the long run they don't beat the market. Anything C tier above, there's a potential they could be legit. Again, how I rate these is based on what I know now of stuff objectively that happened with some of these guys, failed businesses, horrible reviews. The other part is personal experience. So I'll put my personal experience here for those guys. So I always believe I was in a free trial here. He never shows up. And you also can't trade. Look at look at any of the trade recap Jay Dunn trades Lambo or this Team Bull guy does. None of them make sense. Anytime you see someone saying I'm selling because there's selling pressure, that is a lie. That's cherry picked and it's not going to work over the long run. If you're just reacting to the market, it's the same as a gambler saying, "Oh, the market's going up, so I'm going to buy." Why do people think that reacting to the market is going to make you profitable? I never understood that. You think it's that easy to make an edge? If the market's going up, I just buy. Duh. Everyone knows that, right? But everyone 90% still fail. Who else? I have a personal experience. Mamba effects. I had about break even with his signals when I was training with him back in the day. So that's why I'm at break even. Or C. ICT at B should be at the bottom. He will expose. Yeah. Oh, that's another person I should put on here. I'm in trading. Yeah. So I'm in trading. Oh, the reason why I put ICT bottom up here now is because he made all this stuff free. So he does have a lot of free stuff that people can learn from now. And objectively, some of his free stuff, if used correctly, can work. If you can build a system yourself. Don't rely on the system he builds. Use his concepts and build your own system and backtest it and make it robust, and you could be profitable. But the reason why I have him up here, like I said, is because now all his stuff is free. I know back then he used to sell mentorship for all of his stuff, but now that's all free. I moved him up. But yes, I'm aware his photoshopped results from MetaTrader. Big time. This is actually a good. I wouldn't buy any course from any trading influencers personally. That's cool, man. You don't have to. I think that's probably a really smart decision. And the reason why is that's funny me saying that's a smart decision because I also sell a course in mentorship on my trading strategy. But it's a really hard numbers game when it comes to buying courses from people. I'd argue 95% of trading influencers online are not profitable. Their strategy doesn't have an edge that they teach you, regardless of free or paid content. So if you bought a course from every single person, that's a lot of money, by the way. There's going to be at least one person, depending on how many people you buy from, that's going to be actually profitable. But that one person will make up the cost that you spend on every other guru. But if you unfortunately ending up with all gurus and you miss the profitable trader that you didn't buy the course from, then you basically lost the game of buying courses, right? So there's definitely people out there that sell a course that are profitable. Statistically, it's really hard to find, basically. Again, it's pretty ironic because I saw one too. But I'm just saying, a lot of these guys down here in DT, at least, you don't have to even look into. I already looked into these guys when I started trading. So, yeah, most of the times it's not worth buying courses because it's a lot of trial and error that you have to go through. Sorry, my fault. Furus. Yeah, my fault. I don't know why I say gurus. They're furus, yeah. I used to think guru meant just furu. I thought it was the same thing, but yeah. These are. Actually, I should change the title here. Glad I decided not to trade gold today. Each session. It's pretty dead. All the ranges are only a few candles each. If we had like a nice range like this, I would be trading right now, but it's very small. Again, if you guys are new here and you're not in the Discord, feel free to join the free Discord. We're doing a 1.5k value giveaway at 1,000 Discord members. If you want the link, I'll send the link right now. Otherwise, the pinned chat link is my TradingView settings for anyone that just wants to copy them for free. Feel free to. It has all my tools and everything. You can just copy all the templates. Anyone you think is S tier, I'm gonna be honest. I don't. I don't. I don't think so. Like I said earlier, it's the internet. Unless you know someone IRL that trades full time, that's cool. But you can't really. There's no really S tiers online. Even someone like Jade Cap, these massive popular names, I still doubt. But good thing someone here brought up I'm in trading. I'm putting this guy. See, the thing is, he doesn't have enough long-term popular results to say he's consistently profitable. Even someone that's unprofitable, you can have a green month or even a green quarter, depending on what your edge is. A lot of people may think that's not possible, but from a statistical standpoint, point of view, and probabilities, it's actually possible to end your month green, even if you're unprofitable. If your stats are near break even, it's possible you end green randomly. So I'm gonna put Iman at A tier just because of that, because he hasn't been training long enough with a track record. But yeah, he'll be on A tier just because he doesn't sell in like a course or anything. At least I don't think, right? You guys let me know. I don't think he does. I think he just exposes traders. So yeah, you'll be in A tier. But if he doesn't sell a course, I guess you guys just learn for. I think he just sells his strategy for free, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, he's in A tier. He's a pretty big channel though, so I'm sure he gets a good amount of money monthly from affiliates. But that's none of my business to be poking through. Who else should we put on this list that I'm missing? Anyone here specifically that I'm missing? What's up, Jungle Cat? Again, if you guys are new here, join the free Discord. Check us out. Who? I don't think I've heard of that guy. Oh, dude, yes. I can't believe I forgot Doyo Exchange. That's who I was thinking in the back of my mind. I completely forgot. Alright, guys. Let's put on Doyo Exchange here. I've never been in Doyo's personally in his Discord chat. If anyone here has, you can let us know how you did. But I've personally never been in it, so I can only speak about him from the outside perspective based on me trading. and what he says and what I think. I think he is honestly. I'm gonna put him in. Let's see. This is hard. Let me think. So I'm gonna tell you guys what I think straight off the bat. Number one, he is very transparent, so that's what I like. He's also come from very humble beginnings. I should relate to him because I think he used to work in a warehouse as well. Can't remember what he said. I think he said it was Amazon, but I also used to work in a warehouse before I went full-time trading. So I related a lot to his content back in the day when he was uploading. Related a lot. Some of his first few videos and stuff. Very humble guy, very humble beginnings. He doesn't do much flashing, like too much. He does some lifestyle stuff, but it's nothing excessive. He's pretty solid, I'm not gonna lie. And his strategy is fairly simple. It's just a 5-minute candle break off a 5-minute demand. If you guys don't know, I've seen his strategy videos because back then I'm telling you guys, I used to watch all these guys. Okay, I know what I'm talking about. I've seen a lot of what they say. I can pretty easy, now that I've gone full time, pretty easy tell who's fake and who's legit, pretty quickly. So his strategy is very simple. I know what the strategy entails. I've actually back tested his strategy. If I recall correctly, it did have an edge, but it wasn't like a huge edge. It was like a mid edge. But nonetheless, it was still an edge. I can't remember if it beat the market or not though, but it was positive. One bad thing though about Doyle is his risk reward doesn't really make sense from his results. So I've seen some of his results P&L calendar. Majority of times he goes for 1-to-1s. And sometimes I see from his P&L calendar, he would take like one loss on one day or one trade one day, and it'll be like a minus 400 loss. But then for some reason, his one trade on the next day, that's a winner, it's a 4K win. So that's like basically the only suspicious thing about Doyle Exchange. Just the risk reward there doesn't make any sense because I'm sure he doesn't take 1-to-10s. So how is he taking a 400 loss yesterday and then a 4K win today off? Again, both trading days is taking one trade. I honestly don't have an answer for you for that. So for that reason, I'm gonna put him in B tier. His P&L just doesn't really match up with his trading that he preaches. Oh, Bakar, scammer. Again, most of these people on this list here, guys, I used to believe were legit. Okay, so don't think I'm just calling people out, just straight up scams like off the bat. I watched a good amount of their content before I started changing my view on them. Because I used to believe almost every person on here was legit, except for a few. Some of the ones that were pretty obvious to me straight out the bat that were fake were this Swaggy C, Humble Trader, Q Banks, him, and Lamro. So everyone else here on the list, I wasn't entirely sure in the beginning, but the X's here, and Aristotle. These guys were like clearly fake off the bat. Wakar, I'm putting him in C tier. Why I didn't put him in D tier? Because some of his stuff does make sense, and it does work in a sense in the market. It happens in the market, but a lot of his trades also are way too cherry picked. Has any of you guys ever taken his 100 trades or his trading callouts? He claims he called out on Twitter. Like generally, have any of you guys ever followed that? Because I remember he used that as basically social proof, saying that he's profitable by saying he posted all his exact trades and entries and everything and called it out, signaled to the public on Twitter. Did anyone actually follow those? I heard some complaints. People were saying he would post them after they win, or like if he posts them and it loses, he just deletes the tweet. So like new people that find his channel, you don't even realize he deleted something, right? It doesn't say. So I'm putting him personally in C tier. Some of his stuff teaches is valid, but a lot of stuff is also very cherry picked trades. So I'm putting him in C tier. He's also on what's it called? Titans of Tomorrow. I think he's the owner of Titans of Tomorrow podcast, if I'm not mistaken. And the thing is, the training space is weird, man. Because a lot of these training podcasts, they're just hosting scammers. So like, here's the Titans of Tomorrow. They just host a ton of scams, like scammers, like not real traders, man. There's just at some point it gets to the point where I don't know what to say, dude. This makes me think more than 90% of the trading industries is frauds. There's so many frauds in this podcast. Here, let me show you guys some of them actually. So first off, they got Lambo Rule, he's a fraud. They have Scarface Trades, he's also a fraud. I'm gonna put Scarface in C. There's a lot of people actually that want to put it here. PB is a D. He's not as D as some of these pods. He's not as D as some of these other people, but if you follow his signals, majority of times he loses. Again, if any of you guys have had a personal experience in the signals, let me know. But if I'm going to review, his majority of his signals fail. So we're putting him in D tier. And he also does not take his streams for his paid members seriously. And I'm not surprised at all. Just look at his content. A lot of it's just goofing around, very goofy content. Nothing wrong with trading comedy, but let's be honest, man. I don't care. I personally am someone that's teach me trading. I want to get straight to this point and source of trading. I'm not interested in entertainment. Steven Ducks, he's hard. He's really hard. I honestly don't know too much about him. I honestly don't think I can rate him, so I'll put him on the side. But I've seen his claims and trades. I don't know who the chart guys is, by the way. Yeah, no, I don't know the chart guys, man. Let me know, but I'm not familiar with them. If anyone here has personal experience, by the way, with any of these traders, please let me know on the stream, okay? I told you guys I already have personal experience with these people that put down here. Oh, sorry. Personal experience as well. This guy doesn't trade live at all like he claims, and stuff he teaches in his group are worse than his free content. Again, this was back then when I used to be unprofitable and I would pay for stuff. I paid for his stuff. It was back then. If you're an OG, you will know. I paid for stuff before he even showed his face. So Scarface Trades, he used to not show his face. It used to be like an animated profile picture. That was when I joined his group. So before he showed his face, that was when I was in his group. Personal experience, it's not worth at all the $199 a month. Again, what you can learn all his stuff for free on YouTube. Justin Werlin. I already made a video on that guy. Look, anyone that's doing these account flips or doing these public live account challenges are not real traders. You're not going to find me doing an account challenge, because I'm not going to waste my time trying to flip an account. Just something to let you guys know ahead of time. I'm going to put Justin, honestly, he's going to be up here in the C here. Probably the top in the C list right here. Main reason is because some people found his psychology lectures very helpful, but in terms of technicals, there's not much in him that actually helps a lot. But I will put him in. I'll give him some of his credit. He'll be up in the C list. Oh, TT Trays. That's a really good one. I have a pretty straightforward view about him. Again, you guys are new here, make sure to join a free Discord, alright? We got a lot of stuff in there. Again, we're going to do a massive giveaway once we're at 1K members. So far, guys, from the list here, TT Trades and IMIN Trading are top notch. One pretty common similarity you can see between these two guys is both of them don't sell a course. At least not from when I last checked or seen their stuff. So both of them don't sell a course, number one. Number two is, I don't think TT Trades ever showed his trading history at all. I'm honestly not too sure if he trades himself. But that's not an issue. And the reason why it's not an issue is because it's better to not show any trading results and not sell a course, basically, than someone that's faking results and selling a course. That makes sense, right? So this is a lot more respectable than the Furus down here. He also teaches a lot of ICT stuff breaking down, or SMC stuff breaking down into very short videos that back then when I was trading, I've seen his stuff. They're very helpful. Again, I'd never recommend you guys watching through ICT's lectures. I only watched ICT a few times and completely quit. It's just, a lot of it is just pretty, his rants mean nothing, okay? So it's not helping you in your trading. You should go to TT Trades if you want learn something, concepts fairly quick. So yeah, TT Trades, he's definitely up here for sure with iMan. I'm gonna actually put him above iMan. They're both very good though. Both very, very good. Got a lot of respect for them. Yes, they both probably make a ton also from affiliates. They're massive in the trading space, but I have nothing against people making passive income on the side as an affiliate. I don't know about you guys. What do you guys think? I think it's not a problem. The average millionaire has 7 sources of income. This is just them creating another source of income in their niche or genre that they're knowledgeable in. I don't see a problem there. There's also not a problem with selling courses and mentorships and all this. It's a problem as soon as you bring in fake trading results. That's a problem. That's the problem, guys. There's 100% no problem with someone that's profitable with selling a trading course. If you think otherwise, I don't know what to say, but multiple sources of income is always a good thing. When you're trading full time, you need something, or you don't need, but preferably you have something else maybe on the side during your free time to do, kind of like what I'm doing right now as like side income. Again, your side income is going to make like basically not much difference anyway, but it's something you can do in your free time in your niche. Yeah, exactly. There's no issues. I don't know why a lot of people think they have issues with people making passive income. I personally, there's no issue with that. It's the same thing as it's just side income, multiple sources of income. So it's only when you're not legit and you're fake that's a real issue. It's actually really big issue. Dan Cheng. Ooh. I'm gonna be honest. I've seen how he trades. He uses a lot of there's nothing wrong with. He trades indicators. Nothing wrong with that. It's hard to say, dude. I don't know much about this guy. He used to, for those that want insights into this guy, he used to help out prop firms with promotions. I forgot what prop firm. Do you guys remember who it was? There was a specific prop firm he worked with. So he used to be an employee before he started his own personal brand. And that's kind of where he started getting recognition. Because he used to show up on these prop firm interviews. He used to be the interviewer. Can't remember exactly what prop firm, but it was a pretty big prop firm. That's when I first saw him. But in terms of him, I don't. The thing is, he doesn't look like he's really trading much himself. I'm gonna put him in C tier. I don't know too much about him, to be honest. Take that with a grain of salt. Elite options. I'm gonna put this. Yeah, no, these three, I really can't say anything. Day trading addict, that's another good one. Most people at this point know he doesn't trade for a living, so I guess there's not much to say there. But he has a lot of free content. But again, free content that doesn't have an edge is basically the same as useless content. Also, props to him. He lost a lot of weight. If you guys haven't noticed, he had like a weight loss journey. He lost a lot of weight, so props to him taking care of his health. But if we're talking about pure like trading, I'll put him in C tier because he has some solid free stuff. But again, unless you build a system with it, there's no edge. Trader Kane. The thing is, I really have a hard time believing anyone that's on these podcasts. Titans of Tomorrow and Words of Wisdom. I'm putting him in C tier. Because those two, Zusi, isn't he the Twitter trader? If I'm not mistaken, I remember him seeing him on Twitter. Oh, he shows his face now? Back then he used to not. I honestly don't know much about Zusi. I just recognize his old profile pic. That's basically it. So, can't say. But yeah, Day Trading Addict, he's in C tier along with Trader Kane. People are going to hate me with the Trader Kane rating, but I have a really hard time believing in podcasts that host what people assume as legit traders with like fake traders. So the Titans of Tomorrow podcast and the Words of Wisdom podcast, don't watch those two podcasts, guys. They hosted Jay Dunn, which everyone knows is a scammer. So if they're willing to host scammers, what makes you think everyone else there is going to be legit? There's not much credibility checking for any of these trading podcasts. Think about it this way, guys. If they did credibility checking, they will probably only have like 3 or 4 traders coming on. And if they only have 3 or 4 traders, that means only 3 or 4 podcasts. If there's only 3 or 4 podcasts, then the people running the podcast, like Words of Wisdom, Riz, or Titans of Tomorrow, Wakar, there's no money for them to be made. They can't make money if they only have 3 total videos. It's not profitable for them to host big name people, even if they're frauds. Because it gets the clicks. And with clicks, they get a lot easier to convert people to affiliates, to programs, to so much more. What you guys don't understand is the trading industry, the entire thing is a whole ecosystem of frauds. all these people are a lot, or not all, a lot of these people are just connected to each other. Podcast hosts benefit from the big name of these trading influencers. These trading influencers benefit a lot from the popularity that the podcast provides, and the most important, the credibility of the podcast. Being on a podcast gives you credibility. Everything here is basically, almost everything here is connected, man. It's just messed up. This is why I tell you guys, knowing me, you guys that watch me, that are legit and loyal to me, that have seen my content since day one, you guys would know I will never be on any of these podcasts. You will never find me on, no matter how big, you will never find me on these podcasts, and you will never find me interact with any of the fake traders or hanging out with any of these guys. None of them. That's just out of my morals. I'm not interested in doing any of that. Trades by Sai, he's a scammer. Again, a lot of these guys, man, I used to watch their videos because I used to believe they're legit. Trades by Skies, he's like the low end of the stake D tier. If you think he flipped what? What do you claim? He flipped 1K to 10 million or something? Or was it 6K to 10 million? If you think you can flip that in such a short period of time, and he also, don't forget, he was selling signals at the time. He claims he doesn't sell a course anymore, but guess what? He used to sell one. So why would you claim you don't sell a course when back then you used to sell a course? It's also to clear up the bad reputation from the past of people losing tons of money with this guy. If he flipped with his signal group, ask anyone in his signal group, generally, if they also became millionaires. Because if he was running the signal group while he was doing the account flip, and he flipped the account, everyone else in the signal group should have flipped their account as well to $1 million, or at least somewhere close to that, or at least the same percent returns. But no, that didn't happen. So these are clear frauds, man. Trader Kane started live trading on NinjaTrader TV recently. Is that good or bad? Are you saying that in a good way or a bad way? I feel like that's a bad thing. NinjaTrader, because most brokers, they take the opposite trade of you, because they know most people lose. So if they had a profitable trader live consistently, they're going to lose money as a broker, unless they A-book you. But most brokers don't A-book you because they know most people lose. So they're going to lose. They don't want to lose. They're not trying to lose money. It's a business. Unless you mean he only traded live once on NinjaTrader TV. Then that's a different thing. Tom trades pretty legit based on what I've seen. Chloe trades. I'm gonna keep it real, yo. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. Putting D tier. Sorry, guys. We are not simping for nobody. Taking advice from experts. Cool. I guess assuming when you say experts, you're not talking about any of the gurus, including me on YouTube as experts, I hope. But a lot of people, no offense to the female traders on here, but a lot of them also got popular because of looks. I mean, Tori trades. You check her comment section, bro. Full of simps. So let's just get that straight out the way. Oh, good one. Caster SMC. He's in D tier. Everyone already knows about this guy, how he's a fraud. So there's not much for me to say here. He's had a criminal record in the past as well, but that's not something I'm going to put upon him for a reason of my ranking, because people can change. But that does kind of mess up his reputation, I'll be honest. Nonetheless, trading wise, excluding the fraud, the criminal record he has, his trade, he's not legit. Trading Geek has already been exposed by Iman Trades. He just copies every single YouTuber's script, literally word by word. I wish I wasn't lying, but it's basically word by word. He might change a few synonyms, but almost everything is word by word. He's in. Dude, look how big this massive D tier list is. It's getting kind of crazy. But he's in D tier, man. Again, a lot of you guys, if you guys still believe these guys, trust me. I used to be in the same spot as y'all before I became profitable and found my own system from my own trading experience with the market. There's only so much you can learn online, guys, until you have to face the market yourself and develop your own system. If majority of these strategies don't work, stop training these people's strategies. Build your own strategy. Build your own system. The only way you can do that is through trial and error, okay? I genuinely believe trial and error will teach you a lot. I was able to develop a very powerful edge myself through trial and error. Figuring out what works, what doesn't work, trying out certain things I learned, and if it doesn't work, I'm ditching it, right? Don't stick to something if it doesn't work. Completely throw away the system if it doesn't work. Please. I don't want you guys wasting your time and money. It's funny because, again, like I said, I sell a course and mentorship too, but that's not an issue. Just don't waste your money on things that are not back tested. I don't have results. If you guys want to see my results and back test results, join the Discord, do Control F. There's back test results not just from me, but from my students as well that have taken the course, that have done back testing across 100 plus trades. And it's a really good edge, 50% win rate at 3 risk reward for my students. And then my back test is 40% at 4.5 risk reward. And then my live training is 65% at 3 risk reward. So those are just some stats to throw out there to you guys about what I teach. We have a really good list, guys, here so far. Pretty solid list. What else? Who else am I missing here? I'm not going to add some people just because some people I don't know anything about. Because, guys, here's the problem I have, man. So, like, Titans of Tomorrow, probably second biggest podcast behind Wisdom. They have Alex FXG, which everyone knows is a scammer. Everyone watches him just for entertainment purposes. That's it. So if they're willing to host a scammer this big, what makes you think all these guys are legit? Fake. Lamaro, everyone knows he's fake. He's selling training robot. He's obviously fake. This guy is very suspicious. I know he's got banned at almost every platform, but very suspicious. This guy's fake. I have personal experience with this guy. He's not a real trader. He's obviously fake. Like, what makes you think any of these other faces are going to be legit? If you can host a massive scammer, just think about it, man. If you can host a massive scammer for the sake of views on your channel or clicks, what makes you think everyone else here is legit? Stop wasting your time. I'd rather you guys go take a vacation or go enjoy your life than spend and waste your time with these fake gurus. There's not everyone here, like I said, is fake, but a lot of them are. And the reason, like I said, again, the reason why I'm able to come out and basically voice my opinion and rate these really big names is because I don't have any connections to any of these guys here, guys. You guys don't understand. I'm outside of the matrix here. The trading influencer space is really fake. It's like it's a whole entire system built upon each other. his podcast and Rizdom's podcast, both are hosting influencers. Influencers are partnering with each other to make day-in-the-life content vlogs. They're also backing each other up in terms of credibility. They're saying they're basically backing each other up whenever the hater comes. Just think about it, man. It's a whole system, and I'm telling you guys this from someone that's outside this system, that's reached popularity, that has developed an edge as well from my own personal training experience. This is how I see it from outside perspective. Again, I used to be in y'all's shoes, man, and think the majority of these guys I thought were actually legit. Don't get me wrong. A lot of these guys are good at persuading you guys. A lot of you guys, at least. Don't be so gullible, man. Ash said, I created my own system. I take advice from experts. Oh, you said, Ash, the gurus are not bad if they're legit. Yeah, like I said earlier, if someone's legit like me or whatever, if they have affiliate links, selling stuff, there's not a problem there. But you said you're not giving them a single dime if they're making thousands per day. For sure, man. For sure, man. Take their free stuff as a grain of salt, because I'm telling you, majority of their free stuff doesn't even work. Yo, here is such a big point I have to make to you guys. Think about it this way. If the free videos and stuff they talk actually works, why are people buying courses from these guys? It's because the free stuff does not work. Otherwise, why would someone buy their paid stuff if the free stuff works? It doesn't work. 90% of their free stuff doesn't work. Next point. A lot of these guys are making psychology videos, preaching psychology. First of all, people that preach psychology a lot, they're preaching psychology a lot because they know what they teach doesn't work, and they don't want their students to blame them for teaching them a bad strategy and system. Therefore, they tell their students, hey, your psychology is off, as an excuse. So anytime I see a trader focus too much on psychology, I just know they're not legit. How about you focus on the edge first, and then psychology is another story. If your strategy is good, your psychology is going to be good. It's hard to have a bad psychology trading a strategy like mine, where I have a 60% win rate at 3 years reward. It's not easy. It's hard for me to mess up my psychology. Again, if you guys want access to my TradingView settings, again, just click the pinned link, man. You can just copy all my settings here, and the colorway as well. Because a lot of people really wanted on the YouTube, were really curious to my TradingView settings and colors. They really liked it. Apparently, a lot of you guys told me you like it, so that's why I'm giving to you guys just for free, man. Check it out, bro. Again, if you guys want indicators, then my indicator package, today is the last day, okay? Last day for the sale. It's only $4.99 for lifetime access to indicators and a future updates. It's not just one indicator. My indicators are all indicators I use on a daily. All of these right here that you can see, all these indicators here are included, plus there's one more here. So you get access to all these indicators, lifetime access for just $4.99 today. The sale is going to end tonight. So a lot of people are already taking advantage, but get in now while you still can for the best price possible. Again, if you want just something free, just join the free Discord. All right. I got nothing to sell you in the free Discord. If you're trying to learn from other people or find a community of other people, I have it so that you guys can now get automated roles in the free Discord as well. So, if you want to interact with other people that are training full time, there's a group chat probably I made separately just for you guys that are full time. If you're someone that's funded, that's gone payouts, there's a private chat just for you guys to discuss in there. I'm trying to make a legit community here. I'm not interested in making fake content like any of these guys here. Okay, I think it's going to make me stand out and separate from everyone else, and I'm not interested in partnering with any of these guys. So I'm trying to keep my reputation pretty high on here. Hello, who's the T? I'm not sure what you mean by T. Oh, sorry, TT Trades. What's up, Fernando? This is TT Trades. He's a really good channel. If you just want free stuff, highly recommend checking out TT Trades. And if you want to know who's fake traders, Amen Trading does a lot of evidence-based exposing. But a lot of these guys here are from my view as someone that's full-time. A lot of stuff they say that doesn't make sense. their stories don't add up, how they trade doesn't add up, and also from personal experience. S&B sets the bar, so futures floor says. Yeah, the thing is S&B, I didn't rate them because it's hard for me to rate them, because since they are a physical firm, if they have a physical space, assume they're probably profitable trading, or their 20K mentorship or mentorship that they quote to you in the sales calls is making them hella bread that they can afford to have a trading floor. Otherwise, I don't know. Maybe one day I'll visit them and pop in and see what's going on in there, but I don't think I'll be able to record that anyway for you guys. Oh, how could I forget, man? Bro, how could I forget? How could I forget for TJR? Come on, man. Come on. TGR. So everyone knows TGR. Or you should know him. If you don't, you're probably living on a rock. But it's okay. Or you're new to trading. But yeah, TJR is just a entertainer. He hasn't traded in a few months. I saw he actually posted a trade recap like today, literally. It's all there from Bella. I'm not sure who Bella is, but I'm gonna put TJR in C tier. The reason why I don't have him in D tier is because there's no definite proof that he's actually unprofitable. From how he's trading, what I'm seeing, how he trades, I generally think he's probably like break even. TGR probably break even in his trading. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with S&B, but yeah, TGR is probably break even with his trading. I'm putting him in C tier. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna put him above all these guys here. There we go. Off the charts, he's a chill dude. I'm not saying personally about it. I'm just saying just from vlogs and stuff, he's a chill dude. But like I said, he's more of a marketer and entertainer than trader, just like most of these guys here. But yeah, we'll put him there. Again, think about it this way: if a lot of the things these guys sell don't make sense. TGR used to have his own prop firm, 101. Is that still up, guys? Because a lot of people were mad because the 101 prop firm, a lot of people were not getting paid out. They were getting denied payouts. Actually, they're still up. Their website's still up. Think about it this way: if he taught you a profitable strategy with an edge over a long run, why is he running a prop firm? If you have a profitable strategy and you're teaching it, you're going to lose money as a prop firm owner. All your students are going to milk your prop firm. Prop firms make money off losing traders. They lose money off good traders. So just think about it that way. Just that itself is very ironic from a business standpoint. That's why Cubase is fake too. And a lot of this, Mamba FX also had his own prop firm, Clarity Traders, I think, or something like that. So keep some of this stuff in mind. A lot of some stuff is just very common sense, but people get blinded by personal brands nowadays. Hence why they Lance, yeah, I'm gonna be honest, Futures 4, I really don't know those people. I'm not gonna speak on people I'm not familiar with. Oh, actually, never mind. Sorry, I've seen this Lance guy before. Never mind. I've seen this guy before. I saw a video of him with him before in the past. Let's say Jade Cap. Okay, guys, please don't tell me I'm not the only one. This guy, Jade Cap, has paid ads literally everywhere. Not Twitter. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Is it just me, guys? Please tell me it's not just me, right? I see his ads literally everywhere. I wish I was lying or pushing that, but I'm being serious. He is literally everywhere. Like I said, everyone that's on the podcast, I don't think any of them are legit. So now Jade Cap, 2.6 million payout from Apex. Guess what? My friend got banned after his 5 figure or 6. Right after he made 6 figures at Apex, he got banned permanently. Now he's off the face of the internet. I don't know what happened to him, but he's gone. Well, I hope he's doing well. But Apex cooked a lot of people. Prop firms have cooked a lot of people. That's why I tell you guys, if you want to trade full time like me, you need to have a personal account like me. If you don't have a personal account, you're doomed for failure at some point because you're going to be banned at every single prop firm. Trust me when I say that, you're going to be banned at every single prop firm. Once you milk them, you get into net positive, they're going to ban you. And sometimes it's random. I'm going to put JCap. I'm going to put him in B tier with these guys. I just think if he wasn't an influencer, he would not be getting paid 2.6 million. Do you guys know any known person that got paid 2.6 million? Nope. Now, obviously, that's not really a bad statement because we don't know everyone in the world, but let's be real here. I have a lot of experience, not just from my friend, but also someone else on my stream here that said they got banned after 10K payouts from Apex. And some other people I know that got temporarily suspended on probation from Apex. And they had nowhere close to the size of payout as JCap. So I'm sure it was all a marketing stunt. He might have actually worked towards that payout. He might not have. That's all I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave at that. All right. So that's JCap. Put him at B tier. Top G traders. Who the heck is that? You talking about Andrew Tate, bro? Who's top G traders? Look, guys, I know majority of these trading influencers on my screen here, but some of these people I've never heard before. Oh, he's a pretty big channel. What the heck? I must be living under a rock for some reason. Oh, he's an Indian trader. No wonder why I don't know him. I don't know about him, man. I'm not going to put him on the rating here. Don't know about him. Ash said, people are idiots. They get impressed with luxury cars, greedy thumbnails, and 200K trading setup. Yep, exactly. That's why on this channel, guys, I'm probably say 80% chance you're not going to be seeing anything flashy on my channel. I'm going to keep it educational, keep it just trading related, and that's it. You should look into a strat. A bit goes coming out of a broker today. I think I'm good, man. I already have a profitable strategy, and it's not just a profitable strategy that I teach. The strategy is extremely profitable. The EV of my strategy is going to work even if you have 6 to 7 figures in your account. Depending on how high 7 figures, but if you have at least 6 figures in your account, you won't have a problem trading my strategy properly in the real market. So, yeah, I don't need to look at other people's strategies anymore. I already have my own that works, and it works well with how the market moves. I've not changed my strategy in a very long time, guys. I've been trading the same thing for a long time. Don't get me wrong. I put in a lot of work to find my strategy and system I developed today that I teach you guys. So you better value what I'm teaching you guys on this channel, either for free or the paid stuff, because you're not going to find it elsewhere. Uses quasi model. Okay, I know what that is. Yeah, that's really simple, straightforward. I think we got through everyone, right? Oh, you mean to check if his strat to see if he's legit or not? That should be up to you. You should do that. Remember, you guys are the ones that are still learning. I'm done with the learning phase. It's just for me, it's just making money. I'm done learning. I don't need to learn anymore. I don't want to overcomplicate my system. I have a very straightforward system that's mechanical that I teach you guys in a course, and it works very well. I've not changed the systems for the past, I'd say probably 2 years ish. Prior to 2 years, I had a slightly different system, but the foundation stayed the same of how I view the market. It's just the entries changed, and some of the ways I mark PYs changed. Other than that, everything else stayed the same. So again, there's no point in fixing something that's not broken until it breaks. Then you try to change it up. But yeah, it's up to you to check if his strat's legit or not, man. Go do your own back testing. I can't do back testing for you guys. I've already done back testing for you guys, showing you my strategy and prove that it works. Now it's up to you guys to just do your own back testing on something either you find yourself or my strategy. Once you join the course, I recommend you guys just go straight to back testing after you finish the first section. You'll find immediately my strategy works. Unlike majority of these gurus here that sell you guys a dream with no data, what I teach here does work at ETU. It's not just me speaking. You can look at the WAP reviews if you're wondering about my stats of how students' back tests are going as well. Join the free Discord too, if you want to chat with other like-minded traders. But not much I can say there. I'll post a back test if you guys are new here. I have a lot of variations in my system because I changed it throughout the years to optimize it. But again, like I said, foundation stays the same. Here's my backtesting data. It's almost 100% a month. This is if you're risking 1%. If you're risking 0.5%, it's going to be 50% roughly. This is from August to December, about 4 months here of 40% winning at 4.5. This is not including my break even. The one break even there is just an accident that happened, and I can't go back in time because it's back testing, right? But those are my stats here. They've improved since. My risk score has gone down, but my win rate has gone up substantially throughout the years. But this is from 2023, so keep that in mind. Andrew NFX, I'm putting him in. Again, I used to think he's legit, but I'm putting him in D tier. I think the reason why he's banned from private firms is because he did milk them, but I think he was using the randomness strategy to milk the firms. So if you understand statistics, you know that first off, because the money that you're trading with firms are not your own money, you can over leverage and risk the entire account. If you risk the entire account every trade, you can get very lucky and hit massive payouts. That's actually a prop firm strategy right there for you guys. If you guys just want to milk prop firms for payouts. Now, I don't know if they're going to deny you or not. If you do that and over leverage, they probably are. But that is definitely a possibility you can easily do to milk prop firms. Just over leverage, full port the evals, and then full port on your funded accounts. Or maybe half port. Even half port, you can get lucky if you make 2 wins in a row with a good risk reward. You can just go for like a pretty good payout. Now, of course, some firms you have to trade a few days. Some need 10 days to trade, like Bonox. Others need 5, like Top Steps. So you do have to meet certain requirements, but there is the part of randomness and luck that does play into this. So I'm putting him in D tier personally. Actually, I'm gonna put him in C tier, along with Kane. Because now thinking about it, this guy, yeah, this guy's even less legit. Scarface trades. Oh. The more I look at this, the more I wish the internet wasn't a thing, man. The amount of money that's been funneled through all these people, absolutely insane. GFX, I'm not gonna comment on him. I don't know enough. I've seen his stuff, but not much I can go off of for him. DoVFX, I'm gonna be honest, dude. I don't like the stuff he does, because It's like mostly lifestyle now. He used to make trading content. Whenever you see someone posting this pure lifestyle stuff, not really a big fan of that. So I'm gonna put him personally in a C tier just because I don't know enough about his trading. But if he's posting all luxury lifestyle stuff, it's a little iffy to me. Guys, like I said, if all the free stuff does not work, at some point you do have to either take a route. You either go through paid courses or you go through trial and error. There's pros and cons to both sides. I'll add this guy Tom Trades in here. I forgot to add him. Yeah, but like I said earlier, I do like Tom Trades. He focuses a lot on data collection, and I've seen his data from his trading as well. So he doesn't do much, if not any, lifestyle stuff. He's very focused, so I do like his stuff. If you're telling me to rate Tom Trades, I'm gonna put him. I'm gonna put him above Patrick Whelan. He's definitely up there for sure. Dude, you guys, the list is getting messy here. Anyone else? Any other big name influencer should add here before we call it a day? The tier list. Gold has good range right now. Again, if you guys are new here, join the free Discord. I'm gonna make a formal video probably because this is messy off stream at some point. Just kind of lazy right now to make long form YouTube content. To be honest, guys, streaming is a lot more fun. Talking to y'all. Long form content is kind of boring to me. I don't really have the mental capacity after trading to do much long form content anymore. So no, Tom Trades is not Tom Hugard. It's a different person. Different person. Tom Hugard is the dude that wrote the book Best Loser Wins. But I can't rate Tom Hugard. I don't know. One of our members just posted his P&L. He's doing a top of the combine. 6.75 R from one of the course members in the Discord. Nice. He caught the gold move. Just curious, if what they say is correct, but they execute poorly, would you still give them a high ranking? I think I know what you're saying, Futures 4. I think what you're saying is if what they teach or strategy has an edge, but they just have bad psychology, so therefore they're unprofitable, would you give them a bad ranking? I'll say I give them a good ranking. If someone's unprofitable because of their psychology, not because of the strategy they teach, but the strategy they teach does have an edge, like for example my strategy here, it's objectively, I've done variations of the back test across 4,000 plus. This was just a small sample snippet of 367. But Yeah, if the strategy to teach you works, I would still rank them high, even if they themselves are unprofitable because their psychology sucks. Because, like you said, the coach does not always have to be as good as the player. That's 100% right. Because think about it this way. You're paying me to learn my strategy that works. You're paying me to learn a profitable strategy. You're not paying me to help you become disciplined. That's your own issue. That's your own individual characteristic. That's your own thing. You're paying to learn something that works. And if I offer, which I do, if I'm offering you a guarantee that something works, you're getting what you're paying for, right? It's kind of like, even if I'm disciplined, I follow my strategy, which is profitable, and I'm profitable, that doesn't mean you're going to be disciplined. I can give you half of the, I'd say not even half. I'd say the strategy is the majority of the thing that's missing in a lot of traders. Discipline can't help you if you're unprofitable. If your strategy is unprofitable, I meant. Hopefully you guys may understand that, though. A lot of people don't, and it really messes you up. We got 2 more hours till the 499 sale ends for the indicators. If anyone's interested in ETU indicators for lifetime access. Let's see. We course members going green today. Nice. You seen Trader Dante? Yeah. Pfizer said, yeah, that's right, but most of these clowns don't even teach you a proper strategy. They just go with supply and demand liquidity and do what works for you. Yeah, that's a scam. Pfizer, that's what I call a scam, my guy. If what you're teaching is too broad and not mechanical enough to follow, it's just a scam. Everyone knows what supply and demand liquidity is. Even someone that's new 1 month into trading knows what that is. At this point, with all the information online, yeah. But that's why I separate myself from all these other traders here, all these other trading gurus here. This is what makes me different, because I'm not affiliated with anyone. I'm not with any of these guys. I'm not focused on being an influencer. I'm just focused on making as many full-time traders as I can, or at least profitable traders as I can in a group that are willing to learn. That's it. I spend a lot more time within the course and with the course members in the private trading group than the time I spend on YouTube. Some people may think some of my streams, like my last stream was 7 hours, but that's like nothing in terms of compared to time I spent trading and talking with the group and helping other students out. And the course is like 57 hours long. You don't need to watch all 57 hours. It's like 125 videos breaking down, but it's 57 hours long because I want to cover all questions. Majority of people that have finished the course, they tend to not have any questions because what I teach is mechanical enough where there's not really such thing as discretion. That's why I sent you guys a poll to see you guys believe in discretion. It's almost half and half. I personally think discretion is just BS. In that discretion can be turned mechanical. Most discretion is mechanical. And if your discretion for some reason cannot be turned mechanical and you say it's just based on experience, this is BS. Let's just keep it real. Let's keep it a buck. Just someone trading 10 years unprofitable, what are you going to tell them? Oh, your discretion is not good enough. Oh, you don't have enough screen time. 10 years, you don't have enough screen time. You're just wasting a poor dude's life, man. 10 years is a long time. I don't believe in discretion, dude, at this point. I've converted all what people deem discretion into a mechanical system. It took a while, but I was able to do so. But yeah. Oh, another trading myth that you guys need to not believe in. I'm going to make a separate long form video for this at some point. I just don't know when. Maybe when I'm not lazy. But Like, find a strategy that works for you is like the biggest lie I've ever heard. I'm gonna be honest, guys. Let me start a poll here. So we ended the poll here about half and half for discretion. Guys. I do not believe this, but feel free to vote your opinion. This is freedom of speech here. I do low risk scalping during my full time desk job. How do you do scalping while working a job? I make 50% of my salary in trading. That's pretty good, man. You're out to a good start. Keep your job though. Until you can make like double your salary in trading, keep your job. That's my recommendation. Oh, you said you have a full-time desk job. See, I couldn't, and a lot of people cannot afford to have the opportunity to have a desk job or a remote job or something where you can trade as well on the side. Before I went full-time trading, now I worked in a warehouse where you can't have your phone. Like, I can't have my phone out. I've been caught once, and let's just say ever since that time, I didn't want to do it again. All right. It was too risky. So, yeah, when you're working in a warehouse, you just can't have your phone out at all. So, there's no way I would have been able to trade while working a job. So, I just had to learn outside of work time. But yeah, definitely lucky that you had a desk job. Do you have a desk job? Most people probably don't have the opportunity to do that. So that's not really scalping, is it? 2 to 3 trades is not too many for scalping. But yeah, on break makes sense. Okay, so far only one person has voted in the poll, but my personal view is that if a strategy works for someone, it's going to work for someone else. If a strategy has too much variance in people finding success and not finding success, that means the strategy is not robust enough, or the strategy is not mechanical enough and that's not able to be replicated easily. If that's the case, I don't like those strategies, and hence why I don't teach a strategy that's like that. I teach a strategy that's very replicable, that someone within 2 weeks can master. Like, for example, literally one of my students that did a bad test on my strategy for 100 trades, 50% at 3 risk reward average, or to be specific, 2.76 if I'm mistaken average. He was only in the course for 3 weeks when he did the bad test. 3 weeks, guys, not even a month. 3 weeks. And you see he was able to come out with a positive strategy. So that's why I personally believe that if a strategy works, it should work for everyone that tries the strategy. The only reason it wouldn't work is because you're disciplined, but that's not a strategy issue. That's a you issue. And if you are not disciplined with one strategy, how are you going to be disciplined for another strategy? It's going to carry to every other strategy, so it's not a strategy issue. That's why I think you can't blame the strategy. Or sorry, you can't blame the person. If my strategy works for me, it's going to work for you. Because we're going to view the market almost the exact same. It's not like a very discretionary strategy where we're going to take completely different trades or opposite trades. 3 other guys at top left, I didn't rate them because I don't have enough knowledge on these guys. I'll put them at the bottom here. No, I think we have today. We covered in stream basically majority, if not all, the trading gurus and influencers. I don't think we're missing anyone here, to be honest. Let me know if we are, but I don't think we are. How do you backtest? Well, market, I trade futures, but you backtest an FX replay. Again, you can use my code JTrades if you want a discount on the FX replay subscription. Steven Duggs has a pretty good mechanical setup, but he does deal with stocks. Okay, yeah, I know he does stocks in small cap even, but I don't trade that, so I never looked into him too much. Indicators work if you perfectly mastered and studied them. Yeah, if you have indicators built for your strategy and system that assist you, for sure. That's what I do. Like the indicators I sell to you guys, a lot of people, they get the indicators. A good amount of people get the indicators first and then they get the course. The other half get the course first and then get the indicators because they either find indicators very intriguing, so they want to learn the strategy. Because the indicators themselves, you can't really become, I don't want to say you can't, but it's hard to become profitable just based on indicators alone, right? You need some sort of strategy system to combine and work together with them, because that's when you can become profitable. Hence why a lot of people get the indicators and they get my course too. You literally get both sides of the puzzle, right? Something that helps you automate your analysis, and the other half is how you can use indicators in combination with my strategy to build a very good edge, like what I have in my backtest. The backtest here doesn't include me using my indicators. This is before I made my indicators. So now I can identify things in the live market much quicker, much easier with the indicators. And also I have a much higher win rate because daily bias indicator gives me a good bias. So I would recommend you guys to check out the indicators, or if you want to just learn my strategy instead, it's the same price right now. So either you get the lifetime indicators for $4.99. Again, the sale is, it's like what, 70% off sale. The usual price is around $1,000 one time for lifetime access to indicators. All 7, I think 6 or 7 mine. I have a video on my channel if you're interested in what the indicators are and what they entail. There's a video on it on my YouTube channel. Check them out. Not going to go over them on today's stream here. It's going to be too much to go over, but you get a lot out of the money you put in. So you can either get the indicators today for $4.99 or get the course today for $4.99. It's the same thing, or same price I meant. But again, you also remember you get the free trading journal with the course. So free bonus for y'all. A lot of nice upside on gold. I'm seeing a lot of nice upside. All right, well, hope you guys took advantage of today's stream, man. There's no other gurus. I'll probably end this soon in a bit here. It's getting quite late here. And then you guys, again, my TradingView settings, I sent you guys already a link so you guys can take advantage of that if you just want to copy and paste it real quick. Some people, because I got a lot of requests basically from you guys saying you just want to copy my TradingView settings. So again, there you go. Click on the link that's pinned there. You can find my TradingView settings immediately. Discord. So far, from what you guys told me today, we have 100% people ending green. It's not many people that even traded today, though. Not sure why. I guess not many people were active today trading compared to the other days. And again, if you guys want to check out the course, I'll have it pinned there as well for the course. Those that want to get it. Again, with the course or mentorship, one thing before I head off here soon, I think we added most of the gurus here that I know of. But with the course and mentorship, there's a guarantee. So the guarantee is that once you learn my strategy, you go through the videos and you do bad tests over a big sample size, you're guaranteed to come out green through my strategy. So if you're someone here right now watching the live stream and you are still struggling, not with your psychology, it's probably your strategy first. That's the first thing you should learn always. Since training is always strategy first, then psychology. Psychology will take care of itself if you have a good strategy. But if you're someone here right now watching the stream and you're stuck in terms of not knowing where to go, or you just need a strategy that actually works, you probably have tested tons of strategies that most of these gurus have probably taught you and they don't work. Trust me, I've done the same. A lot of them end break even, which you can't reverse engineer, or they just end red. So both are bad situations you don't want to be in. If you want a strategy that's generally profitable and stats similar to these, like I said, check out the course. Check out the course, man. I can guarantee you in the course, I teach a strategy here that works. A strategy that has an edge over long run in the market. But I cannot guarantee you'll be disciplined. So if you can say you are someone that is disciplined to learning and disciplined to taking trades exactly like what I teach you in the course, highly recommend you become a student of mine, because I'm trying to get as many of y'all profitable as we can, or as I can, and help you guys avoid wasting your money and time on trying these guys out. Like I said, some of these I had personal experience with, and so I know their connections and I know a lot of them, and I just know that they're not legit. So again, I bet you probably 80-90% of the guys here on this picture here, or girls, are not going to be able to make a video like this, like what I'm doing right now here, exposing other people because they have connections within the industry to each other and they don't want to burn bridges and burn potential business opportunities. But for those that have been sticking around with my channel for a bit, you guys know I don't have a connection with any of these major companies or people, and so I'm basically outside of the matrix here, and therefore I can say whatever I want. I don't have an NDA, like I don't have such NDA kind of like what's his name, bro? Patrick Whelan. Yeah, with Top Step, when he got sued for like half his net worth or something crazy, right? I don't have such NDA with me. I can say literally almost basically whatever I want on stream on my YouTube without any type of drawback, to be honest. Because like I said, I don't have connections with any of these people. All these other people, most they're business partners. They have to play by the rules. I don't have to play by the rules here. So just guys know, if you're new here to my channel, you found it. The algorithm did its thing, man. The algorithm brought you here to find a genuine trader, genuine person, a genuine channel dedicated purely for the real traders that are actually trying to trade. Not interested in people that are trying to get rich quick. Yes, my system can generate you really good results that you can get pretty good capital size or compounding pretty quickly. But I really want people that are really focused on learning first, because once you learn, the gains are almost infinite, right? I'm not saying infinite. At some point, there's scalability, liquidity issues, but once you're at that point with a strategy, you have much bigger issues to worry about. So that's a tiny issue. Future Force says, take care, bud. Thanks for the stream. Hit that like button, guys. Yep, no problem, man. I'm gonna end the stream here, guys, in like a minute. If you guys have any questions, last minute questions, ask away. Otherwise, join the free Discord. All right, if you guys want to chit chat there. Sometimes I send announcements in the Discords a lot more frequently than streams. So if you want to be up to date with everything, join the free Discord. If you don't have a Discord account, just make one right now. Join Discord. That's where I'll be posting the most frequent updates and announcements in there. Not as often on my YouTube, because you guys will probably just be tuned into the streams, and the long form content is going to be too often. I've been slowing down a lot on long form content. Just got a little burnt out. It's not really easy mentally to make YouTube videos and also trade and also manage a group. So kind of slowed down a bit there. and free up some free time for myself to just enjoy life. But whenever I feel like I want to go back to making long form content, do whatever, I'll post. Just you guys just have notifications on for that. All right. So it seems like no one has any other questions. I'm gonna end it here, guys. All right, I'll see you guys in the next stream. It was a good stream. I'm gonna save this picture of all these people that you guys recommended here, and I'll make a separate formal video at some point in the future, going over these dudes or people. But yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.